Okay people, welcome back to another Fwoosh review. Today I'm taking a look at the Mezco 1/12 Collective Doctor Strange. Now I know this is coming in a little bit late. I had other stuff, and then the thing, and then I shoot a video, and then I get to this. That's just how it worked out. But looking at the package, I dig the minimalistic design here. It's just Doctor Strange's logo. I think this is on his Sanctum Sanctorum. You have Doctor Strange across the top, 1/12 Collective down here, Marvel. On the side, essentially the same thing, but in a red motif. On the back to the blue, we have the promo image. Well, a bunch of the promo images that we've seen already. Essentially telling you what's inside the package. Oh, that looking so good right there. On the other side, back to the red. On the top, a very fancy 1/12 Collective logo on the bottom. But if you take the slip cover off, you get this nice Mezco logo design on the box. Very sleek box. Oh, there's the figure. I was like, oh, is this all you get? But you can see the figure inside. He has his spells, he has his hands, he has his astral projection, which I don't know why I'm so excited about that damn thing. It just looks cool. And then, of course, the figure. I'm excited about getting a good Doctor Strange in the collection. Yeah, I know Marvel Legends has done a few, but man, just looking at that in the package. Anyway, I'm gonna get this out of the box and see what's going on here. Ooh, there's a secret tray underneath that holds the cape and the accessory bag and the arm for the stand. Oh, wait, there's another oh, no, that one's not as exciting. That's just the top of the other tray. Oh, is that a ghost? Oh, that's intricate. I didn't realize it was exactly like that. I've only seen it from here. Quite a bit different once you get it out of the package, though. Still cool, but seeing it from the back, it loses some of its magic. See what I did there? Oh. Silica gel. Do not eat. Oh, out of the package you gotta play the which way do the elbows bend game. Ah, there we go. Okay. Shoo! They were facing forward. There for a minute, because of the way the bicep bulges out like that, I thought maybe it was turned around backwards. Oh, and it's magnets. Why didn't I know about this? Are there instructions that I missed in here somehow? I was not informed. And there we go, all out of the box. And I'll admit, having it out now, initial thoughts in the package, kind of weird. Out of the package, it kind of put a spell on me. Okay, getting the cape out of the way, we're gonna take a look at the figure itself. And I usually talk about sculpt for the body, but here it's all covered in cloth, so there's not really a lot of sculpt to talk about. There's the forearms and the hands, that's about it. Now, Strange does seem a little bit scrawny, a little bit skinny, but for a dude that does a lot of magic, that most of his power is, you know, not touching stuff, not lifting stuff, I think I'm okay with this. But the costume itself doesn't quite match the promotional image. You can kind of see they shrunk down the symbol on the shirt. The lines are still there, the gold is still there. The belt also doesn't seem quite as substantial. Here, it looks a little thick, it has some life to it. This is just flat. It just, around the waist, hangs down. But the design on the leggings is still there. You have to catch the light just right, or, well, you can see it in person, but it's a lot better if you get some light shining on it. And that goes all the way down to the feet. It's essentially leggings. It has little booties on the bottom. There's a sole to it, but I feel like the feet are a little duck-like. There's not really any heel sticking out. It's all forward and kind of long. So that makes it slightly back. Of course, you're not gonna fall. The feet being big is a good thing. It helps with stability, but I feel like if you lean him back just a little bit, he's gonna be falling down all the time. You gotta lean him just slightly forward. There's the puffiness to the sleeves. They're tucked into the glove. You can kind of manipulate it around, get it to look more comic book like. But he has some guns on him. Look at that bicep just sticking out. And then we get up to the head. Oh, that's where it shines. This is where, well, you know, Doctor Strange is known for his clothing. It's mystical, it's magical. But the head, that stern look, the facial hair, the pointy eyebrows, this is classic Doctor Strange. I kind of wish there was some wash to the hair, kind of bring out the detail, as little as there may be there. But the overall look of it, huh, that's weird. There's a shiny spot right on the end of the nose and nowhere else. Why is that? It's only when you catch the light just right. Otherwise, fantastic look to the head here. Now, you may have noticed if you're looking at the overall figure, the crotch, the tights, the leggings, they come down a little bit the more you articulate it. And it is a separate piece, so you can shove them up. You can work them up to a more form-fitting fashion, even though Strange has no ass. For most mystical poses, it's not really gonna matter unless you just have him standing straight up right there. And the cape and everything on top of that kind of distracts your eye from, and well, until you see it, then it's all crotch. And I hear a lot of people talking about it, and I'm just gonna get it out of the way right now. The elbow it doesn't have the range of motion that it should. I had the same problem with the Joker, and I heard people have the same problem with Star Trek figures. It just doesn't come up far enough. I mean, it comes up to 90, but if you want him, you know, doing, you know what I mean. Going over articulation, there is a dumbbell joint at the top of the neck, and there's also a ball joint at the bottom of the neck. So altogether, you can bury his chin, you can look up, great tilt. Swivel, seems like a hinge and swivel at the elbow. At the shoulder, comes up to about there. And because he's wearing cloth, you can come up, but you're not going to rotate all the way around. Already talked about the elbow. Wah, 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 wah. Swivel hinge swivel at the wrist, so you can get it going this direction. There's a swivel, and if you move it just right, you can come around, and then you can go up and down. There's a slight ball joint at the mid-torso. Not any crunch there. You can bring it back a little bit aside, a little bit aside. Twist is what it does best. But thankfully there's a ball joint at the waist too, so you can get a little bit of crunch. Not a lot of back. Tilt, also swivel there, but it works much better at the mid-torso. Seems like a ball at the hip. You can come all the way forward, back, out really well. Again, better than some Marvel Legends. There's a swivel. Double knee comes most of the way up. Hinge at the ankle goes back, goes forward, and there is some tilt there. For accessories, Strange comes with 2 fists. He comes with a splayed right hand and then a choppy left hand. And then he comes with a magic casting right hand, kind of a devil horn thing going on, and a 2-finger shoot left hand. Again, spell casting hand, that's what it is. And the cool thing about Mezco, it's pretty easy to pop their hands off and just pop on another hand. He comes with 2 Eye of Agamottos. The one in the package is open, and I don't know how easy it is to see right there, but it is kind of a translucent green behind the light green iris and then the gold of the amulet itself. But that pops out, that comes out of his chest, very Iron Man-like, if you don't drop it in the carpet monster. And the other one plugs in, it's supposed to plug in. Does it plug in? Am I doing something? Drop the amulet. Came back up with a Tesseract. Where is that amulet? Okay, I'm stupid and I don't look at things before I actually use them, but there is a shape to this that fits in a certain way. The bottom is bigger than the top. There's notches to change the shape of the peg itself. But that one looks good too, with the eye closed. Nice amulet. It stays there. I can't complain about, you know, not falling out. He also comes with 2 spells. You can see the triangle in there. I like these. They're very nicely done. I like the electrical coming up from the back up from his hand to the spell. It feels a little bit hot glue-ish. Hot glue-ish done by someone that really knows what they're doing when it comes to hot glue. And don't take that as a negative. It is really well done. It looks very organic. But I think I prefer the blue one. It's got the star in the middle, but it has these bubbles that really does something for me for whatever reason. But it's the same on the back. It has the electrical coming out and it attaches to the hand. It's kind of confusing how it attaches to the hand because it just kind of splays out and then you stick it over fingers. You attach it however way possible. Like for this hand, I just push it up as far as I can with the fingers going through a couple of the holes, and it holds tight. It's not going anywhere. Same for the other. They kind of have it like this in one of the promotional shots. And then for his cape, it's nicely done. It has wires sewn into the edges right here. It doesn't hold the shape super well, but it's enough to give you just kind of a slight bend. It's really good at doing large arcs. But like I mentioned when I got it out of the package and was actually surprised by, there are magnets on the front that hold it on there. So it's very easy to, you know, come off and if you want to go movie style with it, float off and do its own thing. But if you want to throw it on there, boom, boom, there you go. It's back on. Now there is wire up in the collar too, so you can bring it around so it's not so flat looking. And as you're posing, it may get a little bit crazy. Want to pop off from the magnets. What I've seen somebody suggest is bring the amulet, kind of tuck the cape behind the amulet, and it kind of pinches it on there. And I'm good with that too. In fact, it's dynamic, but it still looks like a part of the overall piece. You know what I mean? It kind of has a float to it. It comes with the standard Mezco figure stand, and this has to be my favorite stands we get with any action figures. They are so durable, they hold up so much weight, unless you put like a Hulk on there or something. And at the base, it has, again, that Sanctum Sanctorum Doctor Strange symbol, whatever that means. See, not a problem holding him up at all. And the reason I have the cape off is to show you the last accessory, which is probably my favorite. And it's simply a flat piece of translucent blue plastic. But if you remember back to the classic comics, this was featured a lot, and it's just amazing to have in 3D form now. Took his cape off because it comes down, it flows around, and the place you clip this onto is right there. You can have the cape on there, I just didn't want to mess with it at this exact moment, because that is the only place that clips on. It doesn't clip on any further back or down. But that works for what it needs to work for. His astral projection shooting up out of his body. For comparison, here he is with the Marvel Legends Doctor Strange. I don't have the one with the cape, I think, somewhere. Maybe I have it, I don't know. I just dig this costume. It is just too sweet. Here he is with the Marvel Legends movie Doctor Strange. Are you getting the idea? Mezco is just slightly larger, especially next to the SH Figure Arts movie Doctor Strange. But where it works is with other Mezco figures, obviously. Here's Old Man Logan and Captain America. Yeah, Doctor Strange is a little bit taller. His hair poofs out a little bit. His head seems a little bit larger, but that's only because of a skinnier body. I like that he has different proportions from Captain America, and then, of course, Logan. But it fits right in with an overall 1/12 collective display. But then, as always, here he is with Gus. Master of the Mystic Arts, huh? I never hear you chanting anything, though. Would you prefer Azeroth, Metreon, Zinthos? I think that one's taken. Klaatu, Borada. Nope, can't use that one either. Hocus Cadabra. Too goofy. By the hoary hosts of Haggath. Who you calling Harry? So at the end of the day, yes, it has its problems. I'm not gonna harp on the elbows, but they could use a little bit more range of motion. As I was posing around just now, the higher you lift the arms, the more the cape wants to pop off, but you can kind of bend it, bring the wire around, make it stick to the magnets. And then he's a little bit droopy in the britches. But when it comes to the Mezco line, this is what I originally wanted. Human type characters, human type heads, cloth clothing over the body. Now I've learned to love figures like Deadpool where the head material doesn't quite match the material of the body, going from plastic to cloth. But Doctor Strange, the Joker, the Red Skull, that's what I was looking for from this line. It doesn't stand out as much. There's no plastic cloth with the cloth. Except for maybe the gloves, but that's getting technical. I'm talking about heads here. The overall look, I wish it was a little bit puffier. His shirt, I always remember that being, you know, a lot of hanging down parts of his shirt, but I'm good with the tights. I kind of like those, especially the design to make them more than just black tights. I have to say, just overall though, this is my favorite Doctor Strange figure. Yes, Toy Biz made one. It was pretty good for the time. It's kind of outdated now. Hasbro has made a couple, but when it comes down to it, Doctor Strange on my shelf, Mezco's it. This is going in the main display. So if you like the review, comment, like, subscribe. I'll catch you on the Fwoosh.